All right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We got more work to do on this generator building, but if you didn't see last week's video, we went pike fishing on a local lake and we introduced some folks to you. What you saw last time on the generator slash solar building is that we got the generator running on the 500 gallon diesel tank, so all the plumbing's done for the fuel, and then we insulated the building, finished up vapor barrier, got the ceiling insulated, and this week we got to get one last pipe on the exhaust so that I can get the exhaust of the generator pushed outside of the building. To do that, I got to build a thimble in the wall, and then we got to start wiring up the inverter and the charge controllers. So I got to measure the length of the pipe I need. It's going to be to the wall. There's 25 inches plus 6 inches of wall, half inch, so 25 plus 6 inches of wall is going to give us to 31, plus a half inch, plus we're going to extend it out. We're going to go 40 inches. Right here, we're going to drill a hole for this thimble. I said this last video, but I got to cut a board that's going to go right there so the thimble can mount to the board. And onward. That's the pipe we need. Alright guys, it's been a minute since I've been out in the shop, since the last time I was filming out here in the generator building slash solar building. Yeah, it's been frustrating. It's been, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sometimes 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. But guys, I'm learning, and hopefully you're learning, and if not, then you're giving me advice. So I gotta say a big thank you to our subscribers. Some of our subscribers, you guys, we read all the comments. I try to comment back to every comment, me or Vaughn. All right, so you can see this, the exhaust above my head there. And it used to be over where these brackets are here on the wall. I moved it over here to give me more clearance to the ceiling. Several subscribers said that I was too close to the ceiling for that muffler. I did some research. Actually, I didn't do some research. I did some testing. I ran the generator for a while to see how hot it would get above there, and sure enough, I was too close. I have a limited amount of space that I can move the exhaust, so it worked best just to shift it over to the high side of the building, and it gave me a good 8 inches of clearance above the muffler. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a heat shield above that to give me some clearance. So that should eliminate my heat problem. Thank you very much to the subscribers. Another subscriber let me know that my batteries were not going to work where they're at. Okay, there's my batteries. And if everyone knows, those are lead acid batteries. Lead acid batteries let off hydrogen as they charge, and that hydrogen needs to be vented. I, not knowing any better, assumed that the ventilation that I had for the generator would be enough to ventilate the building of the hydrogen gas. So a subscriber said it's not going to work, that the charge controller needs to be moved, the batteries need to be self-contained and vented. I called my dad, talking to him just to spitball. He actually does side work for a solar guy in Colorado, and he talked to his guy who's an expert and does this for a living, and he said sure enough, those batteries need to be vented outside, separate from the building. So actually code in most areas, now we don't have code here, but code in most areas require that the batteries be segregated from everything else and vented separately. So I need to basically build a box. I'm gonna have to move the charge controller. The charge controller is right there on the wall. So the charge controller is gonna get moved down the wall this way, down towards the generator. The batteries will get moved that way. That way I can box them in with a lid that lifts up and it doesn't get in the way of the charge controller. So I will build a box that's sealed. I'll have an incoming vent for fresh air, an outgoing vent that goes outside the building to vent the hydrogen. Whoo! So all this in conjunction with needing to wire it. So guys, I'm doing the best I can. I'm learning as I go. And I'll tell you right now, you guys saw in our last video, we went ice fishing. It's just nice to take a break, sit back, think about what you want to do, how you want to do it, and then enjoy some fishing, take some time off away from the job, and then step back into it with fresh eyes and start going. So that's what got me to move this exhaust. Now we're back to where we were. There's been some other issues that I've had to backtrack on with the fuel supply to the generator. I had a fuel leak caused by back pressure on the return line. So we're back to the original. We're back to everything's plumbed in and getting the exhaust finished. Whew! All right, let's keep going. All right, that's the tailpipe basically sticking out the building. That's the last piece of the generator. Let's fire it up. We'll try and auto start it. See what happens. Going to go through a second cycle. I think it does 3 cycles total. Just like it's supposed to. All right, guys, well, that's awesome. The generator works great. It exhausts out like it's supposed to. And I'll have some tidy up stuff to do, but basically that's done. So you can see I'm holding right here. We decided to go simply with the propane heater. And this is a non-vent propane heater. So with all the stuff we've been doing, I'm having to add boards to the, scabbing boards. You saw with the exhaust, I had to put a piece of board in there for the through wall exhaust. And so basically it got to the point where I'm going to OSB the entire walls. It's easier to do that. It gets it out of my hair and I can be done with it. So I started putting up some paneling off camera or some OSB. I needed to put a board up so I could mount this. You'll see this. This is just added. It's going to keep this room warm so that generator doesn't cold start, which is really bad for these Jennies. So I need to install this heater. Off camera, I put together all the fittings. Okay, so you can see the fittings here. So that's going to plumb in there to the bottom of this. I've got a shut-off valve. I've got a union so I can take it apart if I ever need to. And then I've got 2 100-pound tanks out behind the building on an automatic switch that will switch from one tank to the other as they deplete. That's all got to get plumbed in. Then I'm having Travis come over and we're going to move these batteries and we're going to move the inverter across the wall so that I can set the batteries in a better spot. Build a box around those, vent those outside. Whew! As I've said multiple times in the video, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But we're getting it done. And quite honestly, I think today we're going to make 3 steps forward and no steps back. Let's see how that fits on the wall here. All right, perfect. Right there. Beautiful. like so, okay? Alright, we got the bracket mounted up. Okay. Looks good. Now I just need the black pipe, the fuel line to go out and over. Pre-made this thing, and this goes right on there. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm leaving this long like this because I still got to put siding and everything before I can do my finish. Once I get the siding, I'll either block it out and secure it here, or I'll cut it off short and run it flush up against the siding on the wall. But for now, I'll leave it long, and just makes it simple. I can still run propane. Okay, that one's good. And this bottle will go right here. Both bottles can open up because this is an automatic switchover valve. Once one drains, it'll automatically switch to the other bottle. Then I can take them and go fill them up. All right, propane is flowing. Let's go in. I got to do a bunch of leak testing and see if everything's holding up. So this is a gas detector. This gas detector detects all kinds of gases, but one of them is propane, and it's an easy way for me to tell whether it's propane or not. And one way to check if the gas detector is working is with this lighter, right? I'll just, without lighting it, you just let the gas out. There it is. It detects that it's leaking. So let it clear. Going back down to normal. And then we can check for propane. So I've already checked all the fittings. All the fittings inside and outside. Now I can turn the pilot on, hold this down by where the pilot is. Let the gas out, and there it is. Should be able to get a lit. And there it goes. All right, we got heat. So this is a non-vented heater. that basically, doggone, there's a lot of heat coming off that already. Now I can put a blower kit in it if I want to. I've got an electrical outlet right there that I can plug into for this blower, which would come off the inverter. I'm trying not to steal any power from the inverter. I don't want to use the batteries for this building. So that's why I went with propane. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know what? We'll switch it out. But this was a non-vented. It's got oxygen sensors on it, all that jazz. And yeah, we'll just see if it works. So, cool. I'm going to let that cook, warm this place up. We need to get some more OSB put on the wall. And then get that inverter and the charge controller, that big panel, moved. It's going to take 2 guys. It's extremely heavy, but before that, we got to get the OSB on the wall. Every step, I'm getting closer, guys. Every single step, I'm getting closer. I'm super excited to have heat in here. We'll see how long it lasts with 2 100-pound bottles. Pretty exciting.
Hey guys, well, I'm back at doing chores again. So we thought that firewood that we got, and you saw us split, I think it was like 3 or so videos ago. We thought it would last, but it hasn't. So I'm gonna bring some more wood over and stack it up and probably do some splitting. I guess I better get to work.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known you would go find your own way. We climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
All right, I got myself a nice little stack. That'll work.
River's gonna cry when you're gone.
It should be perfectly right on this board. From this stud to this stud. It might hang over a little. We're going to shift it over and up.
Did you want
We're going to go up to this line.
Okay. Okay.
Do I want to measure what?
Did you want to ledger it off again? Something to
Is
set
that
it
what
on.
we did last time?
Yeah.
We set a ledger at the bottom, set it up on it, so we weren't holding it up.
Oh, this thing measures out at 48 inches, so I'm going to go
Should be
from
right
there.
here.
Yep, right on that line. All right, guys, so we got the charge controllers here. We got our son-in-law, Travis, to help me. I told you the other day, this is too heavy for me. It's a two-man job. We're just going to shift it over onto the OSB wall that I built here. We got a little ledger board for us, so I just have 2 screws left holding it up. We'll pop it off, shift it over, and that way I can put the batteries on this side, on this far side, build the box around them, and still be able to hook up the battery cables through the box.
Undo my side
No,
first.
undo that one, yep.
I'll hold her up. And then
There it
undo
goes.
your side. A long-winded sucker, isn't it?
Yeah, I put 2 really long ones in there.
Can we get all of our screws out of it? Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's being held up by that edge too.
Yep.
So
There's a screw on the bottom I can see.
Oh,
Yep, right there. I was gonna say, it feels like it's not really a whole lot.
It's not that wiggly.
There it goes. Okay, I felt that.
Thank you for pointing that out, Vaughn.
You know, I do what I can do.
Yeah, you're such a big help. I'm worried when I pop this screw out, I'm not going to hold the weight. I guess I'll just work with it.
Oh yeah, I felt that. There she is.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Take this, Vaughn.
Might need you to put those screws in too. Okay, you ready? Yep, going over. I'm gonna have to move my fingers too, because that's gonna sit right on that ledger.
What?
Coming out. Okay.
I'm on the ledger.
Okay.
You're not.
I know I'm not.
All right, push it my way.
Okay. Coming over.
Just push.
Yep, coming over.
Line it up with the board.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
One more. Got about 5 inches.
Right about
Right
there.
there.
Man, this is no joke. It's always a bear to move this
All
thing.
I was gonna say.
Okay, going up.
Lift. Good luck. Oh, down. Down. There. Missed that. Missed that.
Don't worry, this ain't heavy at all.
Yeah, I figured. Okay,
How
that's
much do you
good.
think that thing weighs?
Too
Oh,
much.
probably like 400 pounds.
Okay. That's its final resting place. And then the battery box is going to go right to here.
Okay.
The lid will be able to lift up right next to this.
Gotcha.
I don't think it'll even hit that because it should. The box I think is going to go to here.
You're putting all these inside a box?
Yeah.
And then you're
From that
venting it
corner.
out? Or
Yeah,
it just goes
vent.
in the box?
No, they got to vent out.
Okay.
All right, now I just have to build a box around it. thing's got some ass to it. Jeez Louise. Woohoo! Man, that can hurt your wrist. Luckily I left room. There's quite a bit of room to move the batteries this way. So I can always shift them out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Spanky. All right, we got the hinges right here. Hinge. A lot of screws. All right. So our vent for the top goes right here. And then out from there. All right, guys, so it's the next morning, and I've been working pretty hard on that generator building, but I want to show you what I've done, kind of show you the finished product this far. All right, so we've got the generator box. You can see here, I'll lift it up. All the batteries are inside a box. The lid's got a hinge on it. Then I screw the lid down, just because you're not going to be accessing it very much. Down here is our air intake vent. That's our air intake vent. And then you can see up top there, that is our outlet vent, and that is to get the hydrogen gas to vent out of the box, and that goes directly outside. All right, all the batteries are wired in, you can see. So all the batteries are wired in. I've got the inverter right here, or is wired into the batteries. The only thing I have left is to basically wire the generator to the inverter and the house to the inverter, or say the generator to the charge control, the house to the inverter, and we'll have power. The batteries are wired positive to negative, obviously, and what we have is 12 1950 amp hour lead acid batteries. That's why we had to gas them out, or had to build a box, because they will gas off. But the beauty of it is these batteries sat all winter at negative temperatures most of the time, and they're still fully charged. So that's the nice thing about these lead acids, is we're going to be able to let the whole homestead go cold if we go south. And so that's kind of how we've been planning this whole thing. Well, guys, I've been pushing hard. I worked till late last night, and me and Vaughn have had a cabin booked for about a month or two on a lake we've never fished before. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna go have some more fun. We're gonna do some fishing, guys. Let's go.
All right, we made it to the lake pullout, and we're getting ready to unload here, and then we'll get on the trail. It's a little windy, eh? What are you doing? Freaking out. He's freaking out. Old man. Now you're gonna be hurt tomorrow, going fishing.
All right, guys, well, we've enjoyed another day out here in Alaska's wilderness, ice fishing on another remote lake with a public use cabin. We had a good time. It's time to go home and work back on that generator building. But if you've stayed till this late in the video, guys, we just want to say a big thank you. And we got something special for you. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, well, thanks for sticking with us to the end. As you can see, we just got back from fishing. Did we catch very many fish?
I did.
Well, he caught a few. None on camera, so they don't count.
I was fishing the night before we got there. I went out there fishing. It was blowing and windy.
Yeah.
And I caught like 5 or 6 fish. Nothing substantial, and it wasn't on camera, so it didn't count.
We had a good time though, but we wanted to show some appreciation. We've got this leak detector that Ryan's going to tell you about.
So guys, this is the leak detector you saw earlier in the video when I was checking for gas leaks when I put in the propane heater. This is from Top Tees. Here's what it looks like in the box. We have a brand new one in the box that we want to give away to one of you guys because you stayed till the end of the video.
Yeah,
we said we had something special, and staying through the videos like that really helps all the YouTube algorithm, all that stuff. So we really do appreciate you guys supporting us like that.
Yeah.
So Top Tees leak detector. It detects all different kinds of gases, including propane. If you're interested, leave a comment at the bottom of this video saying that you would like the leak detector or the Top Tees or anything indicating that you want it. Me and Vaughn will randomly select from those comments and we'll send it out to you guys just as a thank you.
Yeah, thanks guys. We do appreciate it.
We really do. All right, we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one, guys.